So, hey guys, we're the team Savage 5 consisting of Alarsh, Anvesh, Saurabh, Varun, and me, Michael. We developed the game Pac-Man. Now, Alarsh and Anvesh will introduce the game in greater detail to you.
Hey guys, this is Alarsh. You might all have played Pac-Man in your childhood, right? Some of you might be playing it even now. So what is the Pac-Man? And what it is all about? Pac-Man is the protagonist of the game, or the sprite which the user controls. The motive of the game is to collect all the dots in the maze, avoiding all the ghosts and surpass the next level. When you as the user control the ghost by using the up arrow, right key arrow, left and right arrow, and you have to control the ghost and you have to collect all the dots, and when you complete a level, complete a certain level, you go to the next level, and the next level the speed of the ghost and the Pac-Man increase, making it more difficult for you to collect all the dots while avoiding the ghost. The ghost will make random movements across the maze, and if you encounter a ghost, you will have your life decreased. You are having a total of 3 lives, and if all the 3 lives get decreased, the game is up. So now Anvesh will tell more you about the game and its history.
So basically, Pac-Man was the game developed by a Japanese developer named Namco in May 1980s. Few months after the release, it went to USA and there it became very popular. As it was targeting the masses, it was targeting youths, it was targeting business professionals, and they managed to sell more than 100 million copies in less than an year. So it was a huge hit there. So basically, we tried to recreate the older legacy again with a version 2.0 beta version. So now Michael will explain you some more codes.
Well, as you can see, I was just playing the game, but I lost. Now, let's look at the code to understand this game a bit better. This game has about 9 modules, out of which the main module is the Pac-Man module. In the Pac-Man module, there's the game class. In the game class, all the states have been implemented, and the key managers, the mouse manager, the mouse motion listener, and all such classes that are necessary for the UI interface and for the functioning of the game have been introduced and have been initialized. We have created an init function to initialize all the variables as necessary. Now let's take a look at the handler class. The handler class is a class that has been created to better interface between all the different modules. Like, as you can see here, it has a get state function, it has the game and the maze variables. With this, it allows us to access almost every other module because all the other modules are a function of these modules. The launcher is basically just the module to launch the JPanel, and this is the display class. In the display class, the JFrame and the canvas have been initialized, and the frame has been set, its size has been set, and the canvas, which is what we use to draw on the frame, has been initialized as well and set to the frame. Now, we have the Pac-Man entities package. In this, there is the main base class, which is the entity class. It carries all the variables that are common to every single entity in the game, like the Pac-Man, the ghosts, and even the dots. Now, I have 2 classes which extend from the entity class, the creature class and the static entity class. The creature class covers all the creatures in the game, like the player and the ghosts. It contains all the variables that are specific to the creatures and their respective functions, like the move, the die, and all such other methods. In the static entity class, it basically, we only have the dots, which are the static entity in the game. So the static entity class basically supports the dots. Now, under the creature class, deriving from it, we have the ghost class and the player class. The ghost class manages all the functions related to the ghost and its movement in the game. Now for the player class. In the player class, we have all the functions and the variables that are necessary for the player to function, like for it to die, for it to move, etc. etc. Now the next module is the Pac-Man.gfx package. In this package, we have the assets class. In this, we load all the assets, all the resources that are necessary for the game to function, like the start tile, the replay tile, the high score tile, the players, the sprites, how the sprite looks in each, all the different tiles that have been loaded into the game in this. Then we have the image loader class. In the image loader class, basically this class was just created to ease the loading of the resources into the assets class. The animation class was created to for the animations, like when the Pac-Man moves across the screen, it's supposed to open and close its mouth. This is covered under the animation class. And here we have the sprite sheet class, in which the sprite sheet is loaded onto the game, after which we are able to crop the pics that we need for each tile in the assets class. Then we have the input package. In the input package, we have the key manager and the mouse manager. The key manager is basically the user-defined class that deals with all the keyboard inputs. Similarly, the mouse manager is the class that deals with all the mouse inputs, like when you click on the screen to start the game, that comes under the mouse manager.
So now you have seen our Java program. So now we have decided to push this beta version into a bigger platform with more complex meshes and the complex obstructions. In future, we are deciding to make a desktop app for it, and we will put in this into the Play Store and also watch for it.